show Miracles Happen with One Good Thought. This is your part of the show now, where you ask questions and I help you with your questions. I give you the answers that can allow you to begin to move forward. Now, Steve, who was on the last show, did the interview and talked about getting the job, playing golf, and the wonderful time he can have now playing golf and doing something he loves to do. He asked a very important question, and I'm answering it on the show today. So thank you first of all, Steve, for sending your question in. He asked, once you've got what you wanted, how do you maintain this? How do you keep it flowing? How do you continue to get more and more of the things that you want? And it's a very simple answer, really. When you start working to create change within your life, to create transformations, when you begin to encompass the emotional states that will bring what you want into your life, and something comes, like with Steve, he was waking up each morning saying something wonderful is going to happen, something incredible, and at the end of each day he was looking at all the wonderful things that happened. Then he happened to walk into that shop and he got offered the job playing golf, which is something he absolutely loves, and even free golfing for him, which is incredible. When you've got to that place, when something is really working out for you, you highlight it in your life. In other words, if something's working out well, that situation will always create a positive emotional state within you. So continue to enjoy it. Continue to appreciate it. Continue to revel in how you attracted this experience into your life. Continue to feel those good feeling states. And even at times when maybe there's other subjects in your life, relationships or home or health, that are not so comfortable, continue to think about the thing that did work. Continue to think, well, I've done that, so I could do that, and I could do this, and I could do this. And you continue to create momentum with that emotional state. And then it begins to impact on other subjects of your life. Because if you remember, as soon as you know something that you don't want, you instantly know what you do want. Because if you're unwell, you know instantly you want to be well. If you've got no money, you instantly know you want more money. If you've got no job, you instantly know you want a job. If you've got no relationship, you instantly know you want a relationship. So already the desire that you want has been sent out. It's been cast off. Your only job is to continue to feel good, to continue to create the emotional states that allow you to feel the exhilaration of life, that allow you to feel soothed by life. And remember, you don't have to be all the way up there all the while. Being positive is just the absence of negative. You can be positive in a calm and relaxed state, because all being positive is the absence of negative thought, of negative emotion. That's it. That's it. But if you like those wonderful states of exhilaration and excitement, enthusiasm and optimism, then go for it, enjoy it. But if you're just enjoying a quiet moment reading a book and you're enjoying that, that's good too, because that's still creating that positive emotional state. So my answer to you, Steve, is to continue to appreciate the job that you've got, continue to revel in it, continue to congratulate yourself on how well you've done and how quickly you brought that into your experience, you brought that into your life, and you did an incredible job, Steve. And it's incredible, even more, that you've shared this with everyone on this show, because this is what it's about. It's not about me talking here, it's about me helping you to transform your life. And when you begin to write in or send your video clips in of your lives beginning to transform, that is incredible. But to share that with everyone on this show, because then as people see this, they begin to believe in themselves and their ability to change their lives, to transform their lives. So just continue to enjoy what you're doing. And if you're in a subject of your life, whether it's home or relationships or health, that feels uncomfortable, you don't need to think about it. Even if you live in that moment, just continue to think about what you did do. And as you create more and more of those good feelings consistently, the other subjects in your life will begin to change too, to match those feelings. So you've got a really, really good head start now, because you've got physical proof that this works, Steve, and that's incredible. That can propel you forward now to the life of your dreams. So well done. Now in the last part of the show, I'm going to bring a wonderful lady on the show. Her name is Lynn Porter, and she founded holistic educational therapy, working with families and children. And she wants to come on and share some of her experiences with the law of attraction through the guidance that I've helped her with. So just enjoy the interval, and in a few moments you can hear Lynn speak as she tells an incredible story of how her life was transformed just by shifting her thoughts, just by adjusting her emotional states. So see you in a bit. Hello and welcome back to the second part of the show Miracles Happen with One Good Thought. My name's Mike England, and for this part of the show I brought Lynn Porter on, the founder of the Holistic Educational Therapist. HET? Is that what you like to call it, Lynn?
Yeah.
Okay. I've known Lynn for many years now on a professional level and on a personal level. And I've worked with Lynn with many of her personal issues and professional issues through her life with the law of attraction and creating transformations in her life. So what I'd like you to do is to get Lynn's perspective on the law of attraction. So I'm going to pass the mic over to Lynn now.
Thank you, Mike. Well, Mike, I'd just like to start off by saying thank you for inviting me on your show to share quite an incredible story of our friendship together, and the opportunity to share a vision of people empowerment, because that's what my career and my focus is about. But personally, I'd like to say, first of all, that Mike has been such an inspiration to me over many years in so many ways. And it first goes back to, I think it's about 2004, 2005, when a very sad lady who was a size 20 came to see Mike and said, "Mike, help me, I'm trying to lose weight desperately here." And he said to me, "Well, that's probably the problem." And after 2 sessions with Mike, way back then, I went from a size 20 right down to a size 12 within 3 months, and that started to show me that this gentleman had something very, very magical to share. My own work is working with children with extreme and challenging behavioural problems. I founded a program called HET, Holistic Educational Therapy, that aims at going to the very roots of those problems. So over the years, Mike's input has been invaluable in helping me professionally and how we learn, how we program ourselves from our childhood experiences into negative patterns that we can replay throughout our life. And that professional input has had a huge impact on the success of my own business and my own career. I now work as an in-house consultant working with some of the most challenging and complex young people in this country right now. And Mike's philosophy and his insight and his help have proved to be such a strong and powerful foundation in that work. I will always be thankful to him. But certainly in law of attraction techniques, I'm going to share a little bit of a personal story here now. And in 2008, I thought I'd actually manifest a dream in my life. I went off to Somerset and set up an animal sanctuary, an eco-village, and a residential unit for helping families and young people in crisis. Sadly, that crisis overspilled into my own life a year later, when I was let down by a business partner at the same time as my mum sadly transitioned home through the shadows of Alzheimer's and dementia. And financially, because of my business going down, it left me in a lot of personal, I suppose, turmoil really. And then I lost my dog, my little boxer dog who helped me so much as pets and therapy through my work. And then the financial implications hit my family and I was in danger of losing my home. So I was in desperate need then of having some law of attraction techniques. And I have to tell you this little story because it is just so incredible. Mike had told me about my visualization and getting into the right feeling space. And I was very, very close to losing that house of mine. And I kept telling everybody, I am going to have a job September the 1st. I'm going to start this job. And I believed it and I felt it, and sometimes I was going off for interviews that I didn't really want those jobs, but I was desperate to get the money in, and I was desperate to keep everything going, but I didn't really want the job. And then I go for another interview and I didn't get that, but I didn't really want the job, so part of me was relieved and part of me was still a bit, well, hang on a minute, how's it going to go? And I knew we were getting closer and closer to that deadline of September the 1st. I knew that if I didn't have my mortgage at the end of September, then things weren't going to look too good. So again, with Mike's guidance, Mike's support and Mike's techniques, what happened on August the 13th, I didn't have a job to go to, but on August the 14th, I had an email come out of the blue from a friend of a friend who was setting up a very innovative and new pioneering approach to working with young people and families, young people with behavioural problems. And I went along to have a meeting just out of the blue on that August the 14th. At the end of August the 14th, I had a job to start on September the 1st. That was magic, that was amazing. And you know, I haven't looked back since then, but I still come to see Mike to help me continue to live my life successfully. And Mike has actually helped all the members of my families, but that's their own story. And I will always, always be extremely grateful to Mike for that. Thank you, Mike.
You're very welcome, Lim, and thank you for coming on the show and sharing that story with everyone. I'm sure it's inspiring for everyone to know that here is a real, genuine person who's been applying the techniques that we talked about to do with the law of attraction and has actually got results, and got results very, very quickly. And just as Lynn can do this, you can do this too. It doesn't take a lot, it just takes an adjustment of thought. That's it. Nothing more, nothing greater, and you think all of the time. You think all the time. All I'm asking you to do is to be a little bit selective about what you think about. Choose thoughts that feel better. Choose thoughts that improve your emotional states, because you will get, and I will continue to reiterate this through all the shows, you will always get an exact replica out in life of the consistent emotional states that you feel every single day. But once you begin to change those thoughts to create better feeling states, the condition, as we've been talking about in this show, the illness, the problem, whatever it may be, begins to just shift out of your life, because you begin to see a different perception, you begin to find new ways. And just as Lynn was saying earlier, she was applying for lots and lots of different jobs, which she didn't want. And because she didn't want them, she wasn't getting them. But when she actually let go of all that and just enjoyed the feeling, the satisfaction of knowing that something would be there, that something would happen. A friend out of the blue emailed, the universe created a way. It took care of the detail. It's not your job to take care of the detail. It's your job to just focus on the completion state, the completion feeling of what it is that you want to encompass. And I really, really am glad you've come in to share that story, Lynn. And if anyone else out there would like to come in, please email. I'm more than happy to have more people on the show. This is about you. This is about you getting what you want. It's not about me, it's about you. It's about empowering your lives, transforming your lives. Because anything can be changed. You just have to look at it in a different way. You just have to move in a different direction. And that's not difficult. You do things all the while, you think all the while. So choose things that soothe you. Choose thoughts that you want to feel. Don't think thoughts to get things. Just think thoughts just because you're embracing the emotional state. Just because you're embracing the feeling state. And when you do that, then you will truly see the power of who you are. You will truly see the power of the law of attraction as it brings magic into your life. And that's the end of today's show. And next week we'll be talking about relationships. So if anybody has any questions from this show or any questions for the next show, please email them in, video them in. I'm more than happy to answer them online. And at the end of this show too, I've made some podcasts for people. They're podcasts that include affirmations for abundance from last week's show, and they're podcasts that include affirmations for this show to improve, to release conditions and illnesses from the body, to actually begin to restore your body to well-being. And each week there will be more and more of these podcasts there available for you to complement the show, so that it gets you on the right track with thinking and creating the emotional states that will bring what you want into your life. So for now, bye from me.
And thank you, Mike. Bye from me.
It is Mike England's personal belief that the techniques he uses can be of assistance in any physical condition. Over the years, his clients have enjoyed success and support with conditions like IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, skin disorders, stress-related conditions, stomach ulcers of various types, panic attacks, bouts of depression, electromagnetic hypersensitivity, assisting people in boosting their immune system, helping with high blood pressure and asthma, allergies, hay fever, ME, chronic fatigue syndrome, sexual health problems. The list goes on. If you have any questions you would like to ask Mike, and any physical condition that you might have, then please contact him on mike@freedomhypnosis.org.uk, and he will personally get back to you.